What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. It's not a good podcast. It's not a bad podcast. It's the #1 fucking podcast in your subscription boxes. Right here on YouTube.com, and this is Off the Script, episode number 123, part number 1, man, to start your weekend off the right fucking way. What a week we had with the Roman Reigns suspension, man. There could have not been one single news article this week, and it wasn't going to be bigger than what was going to happen with Roman Reigns and the fucking talk of what happened afterwards, man. All the news I got, nothing has even come close to trumping this news article, man. Happened a few days ago, and it's still on everyone's fucking mouth. Everyone's talking about it. We're going to discuss it again here, right here on Off the Script, because apparently WWE, according to reports, WWE is going to continue with the triple threat match of Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, and Roman Reigns for Battleground 2016. I will give you guys the latest that is being reported about Roman Reigns and the suspension, and what apparently now is being reported that the WWE knew, and that the punishment that was going to be served to Roman Reigns was only going to be taking the title off of him and having Seth Rollins beat him clean in the middle of that ring on Money in the Bank on Sunday night. That's what's being reported right now. I never ever said once that this is a factual fucking report. Everybody coming to me, everybody saying, oh, was it from a dirt sheet, or was it from this? Who are you getting your sources from? Everybody is reporting this. I don't know where they're getting it, but I'm getting it from the usual suspects that I read each and every day. Never once do I come on here and say, this is 100% factual. Never. So don't hold me to anything that you hear on here. I'm only here to give you my opinion, because everything that is being reported, everything that's talked about within the WWE generates conversation. And everybody loves speculating. There's nothing wrong about speculating. But I will never put my credibility, my reputation, and this show's reputation on the line by ever stating, you know what, fuck everybody else. This is 100% factual. I will never do that and jeopardize what I do on here. So before you guys want to come to me about this Roman Reigns situation, take a step back and realize that I'm giving my opinion on everything just like everybody else. I am getting my information from the same places that you're getting your information from. I'm just here to give you my spin on it, and I'm here to give you my opinion on everything regarding the Roman Reigns suspension. And we're going to do that again here today on episode 123, because it's so big of a story that it's got a lot of people feeling some kind of way. And it certainly had me feeling some kind of way when I recorded my video earlier this week, the night that it happened. 30,000 views, close to 2,000 likes. Apparently more of you agree with me than disagree with me. That's fine. That is fine. A lot of you came to me and say, JD, that was one of your best videos. JD, you nailed this subject 100%. Thank you. I never once said that everything that I heard and everything that I read was factual. We're only speculating. It is never wrong to speculate. Ever. That's what generates conversation for everyone in the wrestling community. And it's fun to talk about because we're all passionate and we all love the WWE. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Being that, and that's out of the way, okay? Thank you guys for joining me. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to Out of Nowhere, episode 33 with Aldo Rose, formerly Adam Rose in the WWE. He is a great man, great individual, and I want to thank him again for coming on the show. And I want to thank Joe for going out there and getting someone like Adam Rose, man. Maybe we make a gimmick out of this, man. Everybody that's been let go by WWE, their first stop is out of nowhere. They just appear out of nowhere. I'm hoping WWE, or I'm hoping Joe rather, would get former WWE superstar Cody Rhodes on the show, man. That's something that's been talked about. That's something that's been discussed amongst the fans of the show. I would love to see that happen as well. But I want to thank you guys for tuning in on episode 33 with Aldo Rose, a.k.a. Adam Rose, probably the biggest out of nowhere of all time. I was very pleased with the way the show was conducted. I was very pleased with the way the interview went, and hopefully more to come with Out of Nowhere, growing and growing each and every week, and I want to thank you guys for that. The true loyal fans of the show, I want to thank you guys very much for that. It makes us feel very proud and very fortunate that you come in and tune in every Wednesday to see and hear what we have to offer every single week. Man, I want to thank you guys for that. I want to thank you guys for also continuing your Patreon pledges. You guys are fucking unbelievable, man. More and more of you each and every week pledging to my cause, pledging to the channel because you enjoy what is going on here, man. Thank you all so much. You guys are fucking kicking ass, and I can't thank you enough. Everybody that has pledged this week and everybody that continues to pledge monthly, I'm hoping you're enjoying the early access to all my videos. That means early access to Off the Script right before it uploads, a full 12 hours before it goes live on YouTube. I hope you guys enjoy the early access to not Hate Mail Monday, but WWE social media comments number 4, in which we made fun of the Roman Reigns memes going around, circulating, and just being hilarious all over the internet, man. I hope you guys are enjoying that, or I hope you guys enjoy the early access to that. If you missed that video, link will be down in the description, as well as an annotation on the screen in front of you. So everybody that pledged, everybody that continues to pledge will gain early access to my videos, man. It could be a cent, it could be 5 cents, it could be $1, whatever the fuck you guys want. As long as you are pledging something each and every month, you guys are going to get early access. That is the latest new perk for my Patreons, man. Thank you guys so much for your continued love and support. Also, guys, follow me on Twitter at JD from NY206 and subscribe to the channel. Same thing, man. JD from NY206. Follow me and subscribe. I have absolutely no idea what the fuck you're waiting for, man. We just eclipsed 54,000 subscribers, and we just hit the milestone on Twitter, 10,000 followers. I love you all so much, man. Thank you for making all this possible, and I couldn't do it without you guys. WrestleCrate.com. Make sure you guys go visit them. WrestleCrate.com and on Twitter at WrestleCrates. The #1 monthly pro wrestling-based subscription service delivered to your front door. Use the coupon code at checkout, JD Sent Me, for an instant 10% off your first purchase. We should be getting one of those bad boys in the mail very, very, very soon, within the next week, hopefully. And obviously, we will do the unboxing right here on Off the Script. Great fucking product. It is certainly worth your time checking out. Unbelievable product. Pro wrestling action figures from Mattel, Fathead. You got pro wrestling tees, barbershop window T-shirts, autographed posters, and whatever, man. From everybody in the wrestling world, you got autographs, you got baseball cards, you got everything possible to make that thing worth your money, man. So that's WrestleCrate.com and on Twitter at WrestleCrates. And then obviously my T-shirts, not Pro Wrestling Tees, but they are affiliated with Pro Wrestling Tees. That's Barbershop Window. And if you guys want to go to the website and use the drop-down menu, you're going to see Off the Script as one of the official partners for Barbershop Window. We got our own online shop over there, moved over from Pro Wrestling Tees. Get your new T-shirts, man. The one that's making waves all across the fucking IWC. Get Off My TV version 3. It is single-handedly the shirt that took down the Roman Empire for 30 days at least, man. Go get yours today. They ship internationally everywhere. You guys can be in Dublin, Australia, India, no matter where you are. They ship all over the world. That's barbershopwindow.com. The official link to the shop is down in the description below. Thank you guys for that. Let's get on with the news, man. Big story following the Roman Reigns suspension. Roman Reigns' suspension will not keep him out of WWE Battleground. When the WWE suspended Roman Reigns for violating their wellness policy, many people on social media thought that would mean the end of his push. Reigns has been pushed hard in the WWE since the breakup of the Shield, and fans turned on Roman because they wanted other people in the spotlight. One of those people, Dean Ambrose, won the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at Money in the Bank on Sunday. If fans think this means the end of Roman Reigns' WWE push, news that recently broke after his suspension will calm that fire. 411 Mania reported, and take it with a fucking bucket of salt. Okay? 411 Mania reported that WWE knew that Roman Reigns failed his drug test before Money in the Bank. That is probably what led to his loss. However, the WWE allowed Roman to appear on Monday Night Raw the next night, and they set up a triple threat match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at Battleground. The WWE then waited until Tuesday to report that Roman Reigns was suspended following a wellness violation. This means that the WWE knew they were going to suspend Reigns before they set up the triple threat match at Battleground. There are also rumors that the WWE will have Roman film an angle that explains his absence over the next month. The fact is that Roman was suspended for 30 days, effective as of June 21st. The WWE brand split draft takes place on July 19th. Okay? So Roman Reigns will be unable to attend that event on the first live SmackDown on Tuesday nights. However, WWE Battleground is on July 24th, which is 3 days after Reigns' suspension ends. That means that WWE allowed the title change to Dean Ambrose, and then had Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins battle in a match that resulted in a triple threat match for the next month's pay-per-view before they announced Roman's suspension. Then WWE was lucky enough to have the suspension end before WWE Battleground, meaning that Reigns' absence will only be in the lead in for a big match that needs no real promotion. So, according to this report, Reigns' absence for this big match, he will still be there, but according to them, it needs no real promotion. I find that completely fucking retarded. I find that to be so skewed. It's not even funny. The Shield was the most dominant faction to hit the WWE in years, comprised of the technically perfect Seth Rollins, the unstable Dean Ambrose, and the powerhouse Roman Reigns. Fans loved all three men as they ran roughshod through the WWE, destroying everyone, including the faction of Evolution. Finally, they broke up when Seth Rollins turned on his partners and beat them down with steel chairs to join the Authority led by Triple H. Seth Rollins ended up winning the WWE World Heavyweight Championship first out of the group. It was his reward for turning on his brothers. Both Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose became fan favorites, but soon the fans turned on Reigns when they realized the WWE was pushing him over the internet darling, Daniel Bryan. Even when Bryan retired, fans refused to support Roman on live television. Although he still gets big pops at live shows, most fans expected there to eventually be a triple threat match with the former members of the Shield, but that seemed to be a WrestleMania-worthy type match. Instead, it looks like the match will happen at WWE Battleground, a minor pay-per-view, really a minor pay-per-view, and one pay-per-view that will be the pretty much end of the way we see WWE right now before the brand split. However, it makes sense because this match can sell the first pay-per-view after the brand split, while an event like SummerSlam sells itself. I understand that, but you got to look at it as, Battleground is just Battleground. SummerSlam is something you need to make stand out amongst every other show you do this year. WrestleMania 32 was a failure in the eyes of many, card-wise. I don't give a shit how much money they made. I don't give a shit how much attendance they had. As far as WrestleMania 32 goes, with the roster that they still had and the ideas they could have went with but refused to go with, WrestleMania 32, as far as a wrestling standpoint for 4 hours, was a complete fucking disaster and one of the worst shows WWE has ever put on. Thanks to the timing of Roman Reigns' suspension and the dubious fact that the WWE waited until after both Money in the Bank and Monday Night Raw to announce it, Roman Reigns gets into the main event at Battleground and will lose no traction when it comes to his place at the top of the WWE. Now, after that article and that news report was just read to you guys, I want to go into this with a clear fucking mind. I know I was very heated on my video about Roman Reigns initially when the news broke. I don't find it fair that someone of Roman Reigns' status within the WWE will continue to be rewarded. Okay? I don't agree with that whatsoever. So to me, immediately, Roman Reigns suspended 30 days off television. Good. He's gone. I don't want him to be gone. I don't want to see him struggle. I don't want to see anything like that happen to another... Really? Being that that report was just read to you guys, let's go into this and dissect this with a clear mind. When I made that video the night of his suspension, I was heated because of the rumors that were circulating. We didn't know what was true or what was not true. A lot of people are talking right now that WWE knew of his suspension, yet still allowed him to compete on Monday Night Raw. There's two things about this that bother me the most. It doesn't bother me that Roman Reigns is off television. It doesn't bother me that he's going to be suspended for 30 days. The thing that bothers me is how a CEO, if true, I don't know if this is true or not, but I wouldn't put it past WWE to take these measures in keeping this guy and his status at the very top of the WWE. If it is indeed true that the rumors circulating are that Vince McMahon merely was going to take the title off of Roman Reigns and not suspend him, that bothers me. Because, number one, it shows that WWE does not care about the wellness policy. Number two, WWE would have gone to the utmost extreme lengths to keep this guy at the top of the mountain. This is all WWE's fault. The reason why Roman Reigns is a failure is because of Vince McMahon and Triple H. The reason why Roman Reigns has failed is because of the WWE. Why is Roman Reigns' daughter being talked about in news articles with the quote of, "Daddy, why don't they like you?" It's not Roman Reigns' fault. It's WWE's fault. It's Vince McMahon's fault. It's Triple H's fault. They put Roman Reigns in this predicament. They put Roman Reigns in this situation when he clearly wasn't ready. He wasn't ready to be the man. He wasn't ready to main event WrestleMania. And he isn't ready to be the WWE champion. There's memes and pictures going around that Roman Reigns was crying after he was pinned at Money in the Bank. Whether that means he knew he was going to be suspended or he merely was showing emotion because he lost the WWE Championship and he's one damn good actor. I don't know. I don't know. But the reason why your hero, Roman Reigns, is a failure is not because of Roman Reigns. We can hate on Roman Reigns all we want. The reason why we hate is because of the way WWE has pushed him down our throats. We didn't want Roman Reigns. We weren't ready to accept Roman Reigns. But WWE doing this to everybody, that's exactly what they said. Fuck you. We're going to push Roman Reigns. He's our man. I don't give a shit what you or anybody else has to say. We're going to push him. You're going to like it. You're going to watch regardless. And it ended up backfiring in their face. And it blew up. So now we sit with Roman Reigns suspended for 30 days. If the news is true about Vince McMahon knowing and he wasn't going to do anything at all, and he was forced to do something because it was made public knowledge, that is a disgrace to the WWE. It's a disgrace to Vince McMahon's image. It's a disgrace to Roman Reigns. And now, if it's public knowledge, if this is true, he's not only going to be the most hated man in the WWE, he's going to be booed everywhere he goes, 10 times worse than he is now. He'll be the most hated man in the industry. You don't want that for Roman Reigns. You don't want that for your company. How are people supposed to take your drug policy serious if you're not going to immediately bench somebody for breaking the fucking rules? Roman Reigns, whether he did it, because he knew he wasn't going to be caught, or he knew he had such a great standing in WWE that this would be swept under the rug, or he did it by accident, it doesn't matter. Roman Reigns, whether you fucking look at it from both perspectives, fucked up. The rules were broken. And if the rules were broken, consequences need to be had. Payment and punishment needs to be served. Roman broke the rules. He's lucky he got away with a 30-day suspension. He's lucky that 30 days is written into the contract and the clause of the drug policy for a first-time offense. If it was me, the drug policy would be rewritten, and the first violation would be 60 days, keeping him out of a pay-per-view no matter what the fucking pay-per-view is, regardless, because you broke the rules. You don't deserve the extra pay, you don't deserve to be spotlighted in a main event, and you don't deserve to be main eventing any pay-per-view. You broke the fucking rules. Now you deal with it. Hammers need to come down and be smashed hard. You broke a fucking drug violation. This would not get past WWE. This would not get past MLB. It would not get past NBA, NFL, NHL, this and that. Didn't they just suspend a fucking tennis player for a year, 2 years because she fucking violated the drug policy? This is the way of sports now. And if WWE is not going to live up to the fact that this man is suspended and they were going to sweep this under the rug because of their initiative to push him down our throats, what does that say about the WWE and their policies? This obviously opens up everybody else's mind. Who else is getting away with murder in WWE? Who else is getting away with using and abusing the drug policy? Randy Orton's been fucking suspended how many fucking times? In fact, there's rumors going around that he fucking has a third violation, but WWE, because he's Randy Orton, is not going to go that far. They're not going to fire Randy Orton. So why fucking put this in the policy if you're not going to adhere by it? That's what pisses me off. Meanwhile, people who work 9-to-5 jobs, do their shit correctly, break the fucking rules, and without question, some of you guys are fired. Whether you speak up to a boss, you break a policy, you do fucking one thing wrong at work, you're gone, and you're easily replaceable. Roman is easily replaceable. Who is Roman Reigns? Why does he have to be treated better than everybody else? It's not right. It's not right, and that's where my main gripe here comes from. Roman did wrong, but WWE wanted to sweep it under the rug. It's terrible. I don't like it, and it's just fishy to me. Now, if this is indeed true, which I hope it's not for the sake of WWE's image. I hope not. Okay, we don't know. I usually say take everything with a grain of salt. I've been reporting this. I've been talking about this on Twitter. I never, like I stated in the outset of this video, I never once stated that everything that I report is true. I report everything that is merely being talked about within the industry and on YouTube and on the internet, and we talk about it. We talk about it, and we're passionate about it. But for the sake of WWE and Vince McMahon, I hope this is not true. Roman Reigns being the WWE champion also raises the question of trust. How can Vince McMahon trust him? He gave him the WWE Championship. He gave him the fucking keys to the kingdom and a throne to sit upon. He is the WWE Champion. He main evented WrestleMania. Vince McMahon gave him a WrestleMania moment. Now, before Money in the Bank, he's suspended. WWE, obviously, I knew they weren't going to jeopardize their Money in the Bank pay-per-view and their main event. That part I have no problem with. He was suspended. You took the title off of him. Fine. The next night on Monday Night Raw, Roman Reigns should have been booked properly to have him off television, not to suspend him, put him on television, and still continue to book him in a pay-per-view main event. A main event that, honestly, a lot of people want to see. A lot of people want to see this main event, me included. I've been waiting a long time to see this pay-per-view. Now, based on that fact, I don't think WWE is going to relinquish this pay-per-view. According to this report, Roman Reigns' status for Battleground is not going anywhere. This match is still happening. But logically, it doesn't make any sense. Politically, it doesn't make any sense. What does this mean, and what does this say to everybody else on the roster, on that payroll, in that locker room? If Dolph Ziggler, or Zack Ryder, or anybody else that is a internet favorite, that isn't a favorite, the WWE higher-ups and brass in the company, if Dolph Ziggler was the WWE champion, just anybody, you can pick anybody, you could fucking put Joe Schmo in there, you could put the fucking goon in there, a cardboard cutout of fucking Kamala in the main event on Monday Night Raw. If any one of those guys was suspended, and they had the title taken off of him, would they be on Monday Night Raw competing in a number one contenders match? Would they be booked in a main event for Battleground again for the title you just lost? No. They would have everything about their storylines, character, progression, status within the company would be stripped. It would go from here all the way down to here, and then you would have to work your way back up again. But Roman Reigns, he's suspended. WWE knew of his suspension, apparently, before Money in the Bank. Taking the title off of him, fine. You're not going to jeopardize your main event. That's one punishment, okay? And punishment needs to be served. But WWE, if this was not made public knowledge, they were not going to suspend him, according to reports. I would not put it past Vince McMahon to go these lengths. So they still booked him on Monday Night Raw, they still booked him in the main event, and they still put him in the Battleground main event for the WWE Championship. Then it was made public knowledge after Monday, and WWE had no choice but to suspend him. But yet, they haven't made an announcement on Battleground. They haven't made an announcement on their triple threat match, which I hope to God WWE does something and says something on Monday Night Raw. If I was in charge, Roman Reigns would be nowhere near that main event at Battleground. This would be shifted to SummerSlam, which is a positive thing. I don't want this pay-per-view to have a Shield triple threat main event. I don't. I want to see it, but not during a B-level pay-per-view. Oh, JD, what about the draft, man? What if they get drafted to SmackDown and Raw? Put them on the same brand. Simple. There's more stars in that company that will mean more to SmackDown anyway. You don't need to have Ambrose on SmackDown and Rollins and Reigns on Raw. The Shield need to be together. Everything that they do, everywhere that they go, makes sense that they are together. They need to be on the same brand. If one of them is going to be the WWE Champion, whoever it is, the champion needs to be on Raw. There's no question in my mind, and it doesn't make any sense otherwise, to have Reigns or Rollins on a different brand. All three of them need to be on the same brand. This is the storyline that you are giving us and that you're investing your time in, and you're taking our time to be interested in what you're doing. This needs to be on the same brand. Okay? Fuck the draft. There's ways around this. Roman Reigns being suspended means that he has all his privileges taken away. The issue of trust also comes into this. Like I said before, WWE gave him everything, and he gets suspended, whether it was willingly or it was by fucking accident. He was suspended. There's no reason why he should be in a WWE Championship match. But if WWE wants to take the proper measures in getting us this main event at SummerSlam, I would be okay with it. I would be okay with it because a match like that needs SummerSlam and a headlining gig at that event because SummerSlam calls for it. This is the biggest pay-per-view of the summer. There's no other pay-per-view besides WrestleMania that is bigger than SummerSlam. Why wouldn't you book the biggest main event you have currently on television right now at that pay-per-view? It makes no sense to me. Why are you booking this at Battleground? It makes no sense to me. WWE should be looking at this in a positive light. Okay, Roman is suspended. You know, this opens our eyes up to be like, you know what? We might have made a mistake here. We could actually use this and benefit from this. This is not a bad thing. This is actually a good thing. WWE, all they can do, and I hope to God that they do, like I said before, they come out and they book Roman in an angle on Raw. He's not competing, but he gets beat up. And this is what they should have did on Monday Night Raw. The Wyatts, instead of being put in a waste of a segment with the fucking New Day, which will go nowhere for obvious reasons, why are the Wyatts getting involved in a fucking bridge-like storyline that will lead nowhere besides Enzo and Cass taking the titles off the New Day? That's where they're going with that. A fucking idiot could see that. And that is the moneymaker for WWE as far as the tag team division goes. Nothing with the Wyatts. The Wyatts didn't need to come in there and fucking stare down the New Day. It's pointless. It wasn't even entertaining. They cut off Bray Wyatt, and we were all there to listen to what Wyatt had to say after being out for 2 months. And we didn't even get that. WWE could have easily rewrote this entire fucking show, or at least the second half of it, to have the Wyatt family destroy not only Roman, but Rollins and Ambrose, staking claim that Bray Wyatt is here, he's back, and that he's not fucking around this time. Rebuild the Wyatt family. Bray Wyatt targets whoever the WWE champion is. Coming out of this, Bray Wyatt is a fucking face. He's a fucking face. Did you see the reaction he got on Monday Night Raw? So at Battleground, you would immediately take Roman out, being that he's suspended. It would make sense the Wyatts take him out. He's out for 4 weeks. He comes back, being that he's taken out by the Wyatts, and he's taken out of the triple threat, and he interferes in the title match that WWE now announces is Rollins versus Ambrose for the WWE Championship. We have a screwjob finish thanks to returning Roman Reigns, who interferes and sets up the triple threat match for SummerSlam. If you want Roman to win it, then again, I don't even agree with that, because you're rewarding a drug offender. You know, he abused the drug policy and was suspended for a drug violation, but you're going to give him the title back. If WWE goes to that length, again, it makes sense, because now Roman coming out of this is obviously going to be a heel. There's no doubt in my mind this guy is going to be, there's no other way to go. There's no other way to go here for Roman Reigns. He is a heel. Rollins is a babyface. Ambrose is a babyface. That's it. And if you want to give the title back to Roman, being that you have this attack by the Wyatt family and Bray Wyatt is, staking claim for his spot on the roster for a WWE Championship match, you have a dynamic of a heel Roman and a face Bray Wyatt. Boom! Right there. When have we seen that in recent memory? The dynamic of a babyface and people want to cheer, and then Roman Reigns, someone wants to boo. It makes sense. It makes sense. So my gripe here with all of this, even though the report states that WWE is not going to relinquish this triple threat match, they definitely need to do. It speaks volumes about how everybody else is treated in the company if you're not a top fucking talent. I hope to God WWE's view on this and the rumors of this being swept under the rug, if it wasn't made public knowledge, is fucking false for the sake of WWE and the image on the company and the stockholders and Wall Street and their drug policy being a fucking joke, But what does this say about the guys in the locker room? If this was anybody else, they would have been fucking exiled. Titus O'Neil was exiled for fucking grabbing Vince McMahon's arm. Granted, it was during a Daniel Bryan celebration. He should have known better, but 60 fucking days? He didn't do no drugs. He didn't violate a policy. He was merely grabbing someone's arm, but he was slapped with 60 days. Roman offends or fucking is testing positive for whatever drugs, and he breaks the rules of the wellness policy, and he's only suspended 30 days, and he's put into a WWE Championship match at Battleground with his position in the company not being affected whatsoever. Does that make any sense to you? No, it doesn't. That's my main gripe with all of this. WWE continuing to push the Roman Reigns agenda, even though he fucked up. Even though he fucked up. And he's still going to be in a championship match. Whereas if anybody that's not named Roman Reigns or Randy Orton or John Cena, done. Absolutely done. And the other part of this that bothers me is that WWE knew. Dave Meltzer and everybody else is reporting that WWE knew of this and willingly booked Monday Night Raw the way that they did. They did not take the proper procedures and the proper steps to book Monday Night Raw in light of this suspension. Those are the two things that bother me most about it. Not right. It is not right. And I hope WWE fixes this, because if this gets out, if any more information about this gets out, it is going to get ugly for the WWE. And I do not want that to happen. And clear as day, no matter what the reason is why Roman did what he did, whether he knew what he was doing and he didn't care because of his positioning in the company wouldn't be affected, or if he did it by mistake, not knowing what he was taking, or something happened, we don't know if it was marijuana. Listen, WWE put a man in a position that he clearly wasn't ready for. Obviously, this does something to the human psyche. Going out there and being booed by everybody and being heckled and disrespected, even though you're working your balls off. To have your daughter come to you, say, "Daddy, how come they're booing you?" I don't know, honey. I don't know. The fact that his daughter is asking him, "Why are they booing you, Daddy?" It would drive a man to do things to calm his nerves and ease his mind. I understand that. but you're in a position of great importance in the WWE. You have to be stronger than that. You have to be understanding of the position that you're given, and that all eyes are on you, and every fucking little move that you make is going to be dissected, not only by the company, but by everyone on the internet. You cannot fuck up. WWE made Roman Reigns the way he is. They have facilitated this failure. They put someone in a position that he obviously wasn't ready for, and he failed. He failed at getting over. He failed at everything the WWE wanted him to do because of the WWE, not because of Roman Reigns. And now you can add another failure to that list. Failing the wellness policy. Whatever drove Roman Reigns to do the things that he did to lead to this suspension, nobody will ever know. But all I know is, I don't hate, and I stated this I do not hate Roman Reigns. I hate the fact of WWE's political agenda pushing someone that clearly isn't ready down our throats. Someone who the fans have vocally said, I don't want, but they continue to do it. That will get under everyone's fucking skin, man. How would you feel being pushed out there and being fucking hated every single week? Every fucking social media post, every YouTube video. How would you feel? It will break you down after a while. Roman Reigns obviously wasn't strong enough for this position. That's clear as day. He wasn't ready for the role that WWE gave him. And WWE now, again, going back on the trust, how can WWE trust him to not make a mistake again? You can't. He needs to work himself back up, and WWE needs to go in a different direction and find someone else to invest their time in and put the world title on. That's Dean Ambrose right now. Where this leads through the rest of the summer, I don't know. But obviously, we will be monitoring this entire story and the progress of Roman Reigns leading up to Battleground and the draft and SummerSlam all summer long, right here on Off the Script. Those are my thoughts on that. Let me know what you guys are thinking down in the comments below. David Otunga temporarily taking over commentary duties for Jerry the King Lawler on SmackDown. Last week, it was revealed that David Otunga would be doing commentary for WWE on both main event and Superstars. Otunga hasn't exactly been featured on WWE television very often over the past few years, so it was interesting to see him fall into a role that will allow many of his strengths to shine through. Apparently, the powers that be feel quite comfortable with his abilities at the announce table that he'll be filling in for a former WWE Hall of Famer who has been doing the job for roughly 25 years. Over the weekend, Jerry Lawler was suspended for an incident with his fiancée in a domestic abuse case. The next court date will be on July 1st, so WWE has chosen David Otunga to fill in for the King until then. There was a lot of speculation that WWE would give that role to Corey Graves and potentially make him a full-time WWE commentator on SmackDown, but given Otunga the chance is smart. Otunga could very well be good at what he does, and NXT doesn't have to lose Graves in the meantime. WWE officials are giving him 3 weeks to show what he's got, and it's only a few more weeks until the WWE draft and the brand split. It will be interesting to see what WWE does with SmackDown commentary over the next several weeks. I haven't listened to David Otunga. I will definitely be trying to make an effort to see what he sounds like, and I will be the first to tell you if he's going to be good or if he's going to be bad. Corey Graves obviously is everybody's choice, but do you really want to lose him on NXT? I know he could be so great paired with Mauro Ranallo, and I hope that is still the case. NXT is going to look vastly different over the next month, and David Otunga could potentially go down to NXT. If he does well here, filling in for Jerry the King Lawler, I think it would be smart to promote Corey Graves and give him a shining light on SmackDown, and then move David Otunga down to SmackDown to fill in with Tom Phillips. I think that would be the best way to go about it. But as far as David Otunga, listen, he's a very, very smart man. You know, he's got an incredible educational background, and he is very well spoken. So there's no doubt in my mind that he's going to be good for a position like that. And I'm going to be interested to see how he fills in for Jerry the King Lawler and what kind of dynamic he has with Mauro Ranallo, who is unbelievable at what he does regardless. And then you got Byron Saxton, It's going to be see how he plays off those other two guys. So I'm going to make an effort to see how he sounds and see how he works on SmackDown. I might watch some of the YouTube stuff. I might actually tune into SmackDown because my work schedule is going to be reduced greatly, and I'll have more free time at home to check out some things. You guys might get a SmackDown review. Obviously, you guys are going to be getting SmackDown reviews regardless when the show goes live every Thursday night, so look forward to that. So, David Otunga taking over commentary duties for Jerry the King Lawler. Listen, they weren't using him anyway in a wrestling role. You might as well use him and get the best. David Otunga, really didn't shine in the ring. As far as him being outspoken and using his voice, which is probably his best asset, this is a win-win situation for WWE. It's a win-win for David Otunga, and you get a guy who can excel by using his voice, being that that's his greatest asset on commentary. It's a win-win situation for the WWE, and I'm very much looking forward to see what he brings to the SmackDown announce team. WWE wanted Becky Lynch to turn heel and not Natalya. At Money in the Bank, Natalya and Becky Lynch lost a tag team match to the WWE Women's Champion Charlotte and her protege, Dana Brooke. The loss stung for the duo, but the Queen of Hearts took it particularly hard and attacked Lynch. This is the first heel run for Natalya in quite some time, but she wasn't the first choice to turn heel. Excuse me. According to a report from DailyWrestlingNews.com, the original plan was always to have Charlotte and Dana Brooke win the tag team match on Sunday. I thought, stopping the report here, I thought that Becky Lynch and Natalya were going to get a win over Charlotte, being that Charlotte has gotten the best of Natalya over the last couple of weeks, last couple of months. But, obviously WWE thought differently. So they were always the one to win that tag team match. But Becky Lynch was originally turning heel and not Natalya. There's no information on why WWE made the decision to turn Natty instead, but speculation would say that it's due to shaking up Natalya's character and trying to cement Becky Lynch as a stronger face in the division. It's actually very simple. Natalya has been a WWE veteran much longer, and a heel run is more meaningful for her. Becky is a fan favorite, so it makes more sense to naturally progress her as a face against a heel. There's a lot of talk within the WWE right now, and a lot of talk on the internet about Natalya's run with the WWE coming to an end sooner rather than later due to the severity of Tyson Kidd's injury. That remains unconfirmed, but Natalya looks to have a bigger role in WWE and the women's division going forward, which is always a good thing. She came out and publicly stated she's not going anywhere, even though Tyson Kidd more than likely is going to retire. Tyson Kidd is done. She is not going anywhere, and I don't expect her to go anywhere at all. She has been vastly underutilized, and making her a heel instead of Becky was the right decision, the right decision for WWE. She needed a character change more than anybody. That includes the men. More than anybody. And I'm glad that WWE has given her more of a tough skin and a bigger attitude. Because it really does make sense. She's been neglected. She's got this chip on her shoulder. WWE can easily turn that into a storyline on television. I don't need anybody. I'm tired of being friendly, and helping other people get over while I'm fucking sitting back in the shadows and nobody's noticing me. WWE did the right thing by turning Natalya here because she needed it greatly. Turning Becky heel, that would have been a disaster. She hasn't even gotten a fucking run with a babyface yet, or as a babyface. Why the fuck they would turn her heel is just unbelievable to me. I mean, who the fuck came up with that? Obviously, you're not watching the programming. Obviously, you do not know who Becky Lynch is. So if that was an idea brought to somebody's attention in the back that has a decision on what happens, thank God that was fucking turned down. Becky didn't even receive a fucking run as a babyface yet, and you're already talking about turning her heel? Becky is loved. Becky is wanted on television. People want to see Becky. People don't want to come to the arena to boo Becky. She is just seeping natural babyface. Turning her heel wouldn't, and I know she was heel down in NXT. She had that fucking, kick-ass attitude, but this is the Becky I think, this is the role she thrives in. This is the Becky people want to see, and this is the Becky that people know. People don't want to see a different Becky, not yet at least, It's not time. Give her a run, give her a very important role in the women's division, and then maybe a few years from now, then you can, dissect Becky's character and make some adjustments and then turn that character heel. But right now, it makes no sense. She hasn't been given a full run as a babyface yet. She hasn't even scratched the surface as a babyface. Natalya, on the other hand, she's been there and she's been dull and boring. Spicing her character up again makes sense. Natalya, the heel, Becky, the babyface. That's the right decision. But WWE was thinking and wanted to turn Becky heel and keep Natalya a babyface. That doesn't make sense. No sense whatsoever. WWE news here. Seth Rollins to appear in Sharknado 4. Holy shit, I can't wait to see this on the Sci-Fi Network, man. Just like the first three, which were absolute fucking garbage. Seth Rollins, I guess this is good for him. He's going to appear in a made-for-TV movie. He's going to get his brand and his name out there. He's going to be featured. He's going to have his face plastered all over the place. It's good for him. Good for WWE. Promotion within a promotion for Sharknado 4. If you like movies about tornadoes that are filled with killer sharks, then this story will make your day. Earlier this week, Sci-Fi released the official trailer for the fourth installment of their movie series, Sharknado. These films chronicle the lives of Finn and April Shepard, who attempt to save the city of Los Angeles from sharks that are transported around the city via tornado. Shoot me now. Whoever watches this fucking trash, God, you must fucking feel like a retard coming out of this. What a dumb fucking premise for a movie. Sharknado. Sharknado 4, The Fourth Awakens, is the fucking name for it, will air on July 31st. What a summer blockbuster this is. And will feature a cameo by former WWE World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins. He will play a character named Astrotech Lopez. Wow. Which is a play on his real name, Colby Lopez. Rollins will be the third wrestler to appear in the Sharknado series, along with Kurt Angle and Chris Jericho. I had no idea Kurt Angle was in one of these movies. I knew Chris Jericho was in a movie, but the Kurt Angle one just... Jesus fucking Christ, how could he lower himself to such standards, dude? Sharknado 4? The film stars Ian Ziering of 90210 fame and Tara Reid as Finn and April Shepard. Tara Reid, wasn't she in those American Pie movies? Jesus Christ, how her fucking star has fallen, man. Jesus fucking Christ. David Hasselhoff, Ryan Newman, Gary Busey, Tommy Davidson, Imani Hakim, Cody Lindley, Maciela Lucia, and Cheryl Teagues are also members of the main cast. Aside from Rollins, other cameos were made by Stacy Schroeder, Jax Taylor, Steve Guttenberg, Carrot Top, Hasselhoff's daughters Haley and Taylor Ann Hasselhoff, Gilbert Gottfried, Paul Schaefer, Dulvet Quince, Erica Girardi, YouTube star Andre Black Nerd Meadows, Roy Nelson, and Chippendales dancers. Stacey Dash, Dr. Drew, Pinksy, Kim Johnson, Cynthia Bailey, Robert Herjavec, Carrie Keegan, Corey Taylor, apparently of Slipknot fame, Benji Bronk, Crystal Kameth, Gina Lee Nolan, Alexandra Paul, David Faustino of Married with Children fame, Dwayne Chapman, Frank Mir, Jay DeMarcus, Jillian Barbieri, Lori Griner, Patty Stranger, Vince Neil of Motley Crue, Wayne Newton, the Chrisleys, and internet stars iJustine and Distorm Power round out the star-studded cast. Give me AIDS. Holy shit. There's one movie I will not be watching. It is Sharknado 4. I don't give a shit if Jesus Christ himself made a fucking cameo in this movie. Seth Rollins, good for you, bro. Make your money. Get your name out there, but Sharknado 4, what a fucking joke of a series, man. Jesus fucking Christ. And finally, guys, to end this week's Off the Script, big update on Paige's recent arrest and details of the incident, which it's completely fabricated. I'm sorry to fucking burst your bubbles. Yesterday, there was a report that Paige has been arrested after the Money in the Bank pay-per-view in Las Vegas. So if she was arrested, right, it would have been in tabloids. It would have been reported by, Ryan Satin. It would have been reported by TMZ. WWE would have made light of it. Nothing was said. So she was arrested after Money in the Bank. It was tough to tell how accurate the rumor was because Paige competed on Raw against Charlotte. It was reported that there was no charges filed against her and she was admitted to the hospital despite leaving in an ambulance. The last everyone heard, WWE was investigating the matter. According to a rumor from DailyWrestlingNews.com, there was an incident on Sunday night that the Las Vegas police responded to about a woman behaving erratically and was seen running through traffic. The report claims that the woman was taken into custody and brought to a local hospital for medical evaluation, but was soon released with no issues. Obviously, the police haven't revealed that the woman in question was WWE superstar Paige, but there are a lot of photos and a video has been released. The footage can be misinterpreted, but it does seem like the woman in question is Paige. She wrestled on Raw, so she obviously is fine if it was her. As of this writing, WWE has taken no action against Paige. It's because it was filming for Total Divas. Give me a fucking break. Coming off a big pay-per-view, WWE's got their camera crews there. They're filming for Total Divas. Come on, man. If this was news, if this was real, and anything involving Del Rio and Paige getting to a fucking argument and getting into an ambulance and getting arrested, this would have been all over the place. You mean to tell me we're supposed to believe that Paige was arrested and nothing has been reported about it? This is bullshit. All for total garbage on the E! Network. There's no doubt in my mind. Even the relationship of Paige and Alberto Del Rio is all fabricated. I would be shocked, and I would gladly come on here and admit I was wrong. But the way I see it, Paige and Del Rio, all fabricated, all for TV, all for Total Divas. This arrest and her playing in traffic and her getting arrested after Money in the Bank, it reeks of Total Divas, and it reeks of some bullshit storyline that WWE is going to play off on Total Divas and then try and rehash on the WWE main roster. That's all I see, and that's my opinion on that. But don't believe anything unless it's reported by a factual fucking source or WWE, just like the Roman Reigns situation was. If Roman Reigns was suspended, WWE obviously made light of it quickly, as soon as it got into the public eye. Paige, if she was arrested and this was made public, WWE would have fined her, they would have done something, they would have made light of it, they would have reported it. And other sources would have reported it as well. Right now, we're just getting rumors spread around that, oh, she was in an ambulance, she got into a fight with Del Rio, this and that, she was arrested. Total Divas garbage. That's all that is. That's all there is to that. And that's it, guys. That's all I got for Off the Script. Thank you so much for watching part 1 of episode 123. There is more news coming. I got news on this brand split and the roster draft. Gonna be crazy, man. WWE's looking into big names. I got news on Mysterio. I got news on MVP, Mr. Kennedy, Kurt Angle, possibly all making a return to WWE. I will also talk about the major changes to the WWE pay-per-view, why I think it's bullshit, and what WWE needs to do to make things right and to make their WWE pay-per-view calendar feel important. Right now, what I'm seeing, it's just underwhelming to me, man. It generates no excitement. And WWE, by the looks of this calendar that leaked, it seems like WWE is merely throwing darts on a wall and saying, what pay-per-views are we bringing back? Where are we putting them? All right, let's do it. All right. WWE needs, and I hope to God someone is in charge of this that has a fucking brain. The rosters need to be right. The proper names need to go to the proper shows. Monday Night Raw needs to be your #1 priority. SmackDown needs to be a lighter version of NXT. And the right names need to be on the right rosters, and the right pay-per-views need to be on the pay-per-view calendar, and WWE needs to order them in a correct way, and they need to make the pay-per-views feel important. I'm going to go over all that. I'm even going to give you a mock pay-per-view calendar that I will create on tomorrow's show, so don't go anywhere. We're going to do that as well. Big update on Kurt Angle, like I said, MVP, Carlito, Stevie Richards, about potential return to the company, Rey Mysterio, big updates on the status of Randy Orton and Alberto Del Rio, CM Punk's official first UFC fight is announced, we'll talk about that, and major details surrounding the Cruiserweight Classic. All coming up this weekend Off the Script. Thank you guys so much. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up and let me know what you're thinking down below of everything we talked about, the Roman Reigns situation, the Paige situation, you name it, man. Let me know down below. And if you missed anything else that I did this week, all your information and videos are down in the description below, as well as annotations on the screen. I'm JD. I'll see you guys for Saturday's Off the Script Part 2. Until then, take care and enjoy your Friday, man. I'll talk to you later.